Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Yaakov and Akwath out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, They Wasted Their Whole Lives for This. All right, once again, they wasted their whole lives for this. So this is something that I came across from Google News. All right, just something, short to the spirit. Then I saw it and I said, damn, Jake, you waste your whole life for this? This is it? And, it just had me, went through the scriptures, put this together, something, short, simple, dealing with judgment, but it's not really, there's not any scriptures that necessarily mention judgment. I might, free flow one, but it's really about, idol worship. Okay. And, so we're going to jump into it. So this is from, CNN. It says they saved their whole lives for this. And, that's where I got the title from. It's a play on the title. It says American woman's heartbreak as parents die on, I guess this is Hajj or some Mecca shit, It says a couple who died during pilgrimage to Mecca saved their entire lives to embark on this journey, daughter said. And hey, call all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for that. All right, you have these Jakes, all right, these Judites, presumably, all right, that aren't worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, their true power, saved their whole life to go and worship an idol. Bam. Lord took them out. Lived all that time, allowed them to save all that money. Went over there, boom, took them out. There you go. See, that's what happens when you fuck around, Jake. All right, that's the Lord ain't, the Lord ain't someone to play with. All right, but constantly you play with him and mess with him and treat him like he's some type of punk, and he'll make you realize you're the punk. You're the punk. Have you save up your whole life, waste all that time saving up, and then have you die when you go over there. It's not for you, Jake. All right, it's not for you. On that fucking Muslim trip, that fucking Nation of Islam bullshit, man. All right, that's not who you are. You're not Islamic. All right, you're not Islamic. The hell, Jake? The Arabs hate you, man. The hell are you talking about? No, I love everybody. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a fucking damn lie, man. That is a damn lie. And Ishmael had extreme amounts of hatred towards Judah, biblically. Look through it, man. This says CNN, and I don't know these people's real name because that's probably not their name. All right, just like you had, God damn, what was his original name? Muhammad Ali. Before he was Muhammad Ali, I had it just, what was his name? Damn. It was, my name is not something. God damn. Come on, man. Clarence? No. What was his name? What was his real name? Cassius Clay. There, that's what his name was. I'm like, damn, man, I can't remember what his name was. Cassius Clay. There, that was his name. My name is not Cassius Clay. He whooped the fuck out of that dude. All right, so I can't remember. I don't know if that was Frazier he was talking to or whoever it was. And he said, I already told you, my name isn't Cassius Clay. It's Muhammad Ali, right? Because they changed their name. So Saida Worry is probably not their real name. I don't know. It doesn't sound overly Muslim, but who knows? It says Saida Worry. It was her parents. Oh, so that's her name. Okay, so her parents. So maybe they named her something like that too. So it said it was her parents' lifelong dream to participate in Hajj, the religious pilgrimage that brings Muslims. There you go. See, that's not for you, Jake. From around the world to Saudi Arabia each year. It says they'd spend $23,000 on an all-inclusive travel package through a tour company registered in the state of Maryland. Damn, I could have got a car for that. They saved their whole lives for this, she told CNN's Frederica Whitfield. It says, but that was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. But what was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime turned tragic this week when Weary learned her mother, Esatu Tajan Were, or Leo, oh, maybe they're Moab. Or Moab. Maybe they're Ham, I mean. Moab. Moab's Chinese. Maybe they're Ham. But who knows? It says 65, it says, and Father Aleu Dowsey Weary, 71, were among the hundreds of pilgrims who have died during the extreme temperatures that have gripped the Persian Gulf country. More than 500 have been confirmed dead, while there are fears that number is well above 1,000. It says the Wearies are American citizens from Bowie, Maryland. Miss Weary had recently retired as a head nurse at Kaiser Permanente at Prince George's County, her daughter told CNN. Speaking to CNN Whitfield on Saturday, Weary said she had been in close contact with her parents while they were in Saudi Arabia via a family group chat. It was in the chat she said that she learned that the tour company did not provide the proper transportation or credentials needed to participate in the pilgrimage. The group her parents were traveling with, which included up to 100 fellow pilgrims, lacked sufficient food and supplies for the 5 to 6 day journey that is a pillar of Islam, she said. Weary believes her parents were not properly prepared for the trip by the tour operator and did not receive what they paid for because they don't give a shit about you. It says, for the company, CNN has reached out to the tour company for comment. I bet they didn't get a response, probably. So she last heard from her parents on Saturday, June 15th, when her mother messaged that they had already been out waiting for transportation for hours to take them to Mount Arafat. She believes they were located in Mina at the time. The couple ultimately opted to walk instead and sent a message to their daughter after they had been walking for over 2 hours. The couple then joined fellow pilgrims and others in the tour group on Mount Arafat, where they were gathering to pray and reflect on the holy site. A man in their tour group contacted Saida Weary to say that her parents had gone missing on Mount Arafat after her father said that he could not continue on the journey and stopped for a break along the way. The man had continued to the top of Mount Arafat, but could not find the couple upon his descent. And they went up there, probably prayed, and then that's where it all took place. And they were probably dying, praying, oh Allah, Allah, and it didn't work. Why? Because the gods of the idols that's it. They're just the gods of the idols. The gods of the nations are idols. They don't exist. They can't help you. That'd be like me calling SpongeBob. It's not. SpongeBob ain't gonna help me. It doesn't exist. He's just a caricature, right? And that's what these people do, man. They call on these names, these false gods, and hey, shit like this happens. Oh, they were good people. No, they weren't. They weren't good people. If they were good people, they would call upon Yahweh Shemiao Shai. If they weren't good people, they'd still be alive. It says Weary received death notifications from the U.S. consulate in Jeddah, which had obtained them from the Saudi Interior Ministry, saying her parents had died of natural causes on June 15th. She was later advised by someone at the U.S. Embassy that the heat stroke would be considered a natural cause. It says the Consulate General Office told her that her parents had already been buried but have been unable to tell her exactly where. Now, Saida and her brothers are doing everything they can to get answers and find their parents' burial place. It says, we did ask the Saudi government to hold the bodies in order for us to travel to Saudi Arabia to at least give them a proper burial with their children being present and to be able to identify their bodies. It says, unfortunately, they have already been buried. And we don't need to, really continue on. You pretty much got it there. And, hey, man, this is, more, and they, who knows, they could be Ham, but they're, names like that, they could be Ham, but you can't go off of names, okay? These people don't really look like Ham. They look just like Jake, and you can kind of tell when someone's Ham, okay? You can tell when someone's Ham. If you look at an African, all right? Not African American, I'm saying African, from Africa. Right? You see the face? It's just different. It's just different. Right? It's just different. This guy looks, a little bit more Jake-like, but, they're just different. They don't look the same. Okay? You don't see old black dudes, so-called black dudes looking like this. Right? That's just not how you see them. Okay, and you see some here that do look like Jake, and you have some that don't look like Jake. But some of these over here, you know, these people ain't. Look at that. Those aren't really Jake features, man. All right, you got the skin color, but if you were to change that to a different color, it wouldn't be anything. All right, you got this, you know. Again, some people say, "Oh no, Jake, man." No, it's different. It's in the facial structure. It's different. The eyebrow placement, right? The eyes, and just because you have a similar nose structure and similar, you know, a similar lips, and your hair is kind of same, don't make you the same people. Okay, you know, for example, so-called Mexicans, you know, if you go and look at a Mexican man, all right, if they don't have any specific type of noses, right? They have all sorts of different types of noses. They have these type of noses. They have regular type of noses like white people do, regular lips like white people do, right? Ears kind of like white people do, eyebrows like white people do. Are they white people? No, they're not. They're not. So, you know, their skin color, and they have other certain defining factors like higher cheekbones generally, and it's in the eyes, right? But, you know, that's not enough to say, oh, that's the same people. You wouldn't look at this person, say a white person, say these are the same people. But people look at a Hamite and look at an Israelite and say, oh, those are the same. Why? Because they got the same color of skin. That's it. All right, similar lips, similar hair texture. All right, look at the hair. All right, white people have hair like this. Does that make these people white? No. So, you know, and that's the thing. So, who knows what these people were? They're probably Jake, more than likely. Even if they have, I don't care if the name was a Hukalukalamba. All right, that still they could still be Jakes. All right, because it's not about, you know, your last name or, you know, really even skin color at the end of the day. But these people, man, that's what Jake does. Jake gets in that Nation of Islam bullshit, wanting to go to Mecca, and these guys went and they died, man, because you're not supposed to be doing those type of things, right? Exodus 23 through verse 5. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." And that's dealing with reincarnation. All right, but that's a topic for another day. But if you go and look at Mecca, all right, and what is the primary thing there? All right, what is the primary thing there? Is that little tiny box that they worship? All right, and this big black box. All right, and that's what they worship. And if you actually look at the thing, it looks like a vagina, because that's really what it goes back to. That little they have that. Is this, or am I thinking of a different one? They have this other little thing that they worship too, and I don't know if that's part of the Mecca as well. I don't know if that's in there, but it's that building that they all go in. It's, you know, it's fucking the Kaaba stone, right? There you go. And, you know, they the black stone, or whatever they want to call it, and it looks just like a vagina, because it's all about fucking feminine worship, right? Female worship. All right, and I believe that's in I believe it's in, yeah, I guess it is in Mecca, if I believe. So you see it. So, you know, and hey, man, you know, these people, that sounds like bowing down thyself to something, and that sounds like a graven image, but guess not, right? Guess not. Let's get Jeremiah 10 and 2. Jeremiah 10 and verse 2. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. We'll go up to 1. It says, verse 1, 10 and 1. "Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." He's addressing Israel. Israel being, you know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that's what we're called now. All right, but historically, we were called Israelites. They, you know, Edomites, to the best of their ability, didn't want us to be associated with Israel, wanted us to be called black. They didn't want to be associated with Esau. They wanted to be called white, right? Things like that. All right, and they wanted to be called white. They wanted to call us black and Mexican and Native American, all these other different things, right? But that's who we go back to is Israel, and who they go back to is Esau, all right, Edom, all right, and that's the whole point. It's a big cover-up, all right, because they don't want us to find out who we go back to, because if we find out who we go back to, we'll find out who they go back to. And if we find out who they go back to, we'll know that they're evil, and they can't, you know, we're not going to want to trust anything that they say. Verse 2, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. All right, who is the heathen? All right, let's go and look up the word heathen.
Heathen.
All right, it says a person who does not belong to a widely held religion. And it says that, but heathen referred to originally as, one who is not an Israelite. Okay, one who is not an Israelite. And they say, oh, especially who's not a Christian, a Jew, or Muslim. No, that's not how it works. Okay, right here it says of or relating to people or nations that do not practice Christianity. All right, it says Judaism or Islam. All right, which it says Islam, which is Islam's a heathen religion. All right, they just don't want to be considered. What they did with that whole their what is it, the not the Torah, what do they call that thing, the what's their book, what's that Muslim book, what do they call that thing? Quran. All right, the Quran just takes a couple of concepts from the Bible and runs with it. Okay, it's not nothing original. They added some things into it, but it's the concept was based upon even the name Allah. Allah, the main name just means God. Okay, it's the equivalent of just saying God. And God's not the name of the Lord. The Father's name is Yahweh. Okay, the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. When you call on them, you have to call on you can't reach the Father but through the Son, so you have to call on them both and say Yahweh, all right, which is the Hebrew name of the Father, okay, Bahashem, which is the Hebrew word for in the name of, Yahweh Shai, which is the Hebrew name for the Son, okay, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, okay, so you can't just say God, all right, God's a title, that's not a name, okay, that's like calling someone, hey person, hey person. Yeah, they're a person, all right? Yahweh is a God. He is the God, all right? That's why he gets the capital G, all right? But there are, what is it? God's many, Lord's many, and God's many. 1 Corinthians 8:5, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many. They call, a ruler of a manor a lord, all right? Oh, my lord, right? This way, my lord, right? Or and even in the kingdom, all right, we're gonna be built up to a power of lesser gods, okay, with a little g, not with a big G, because the big G is only referring to Yahweh, okay? He gets the capital G, okay? That shows you his importance. He is the Lord, all right, the Almighty, okay, the God, the God, right? So that's why his name is either, a capital G or all capital, right? So, but you can't just say God, because they're lords and gods many and lords many. Okay, God is a title. Okay, and the Lord has many of them. All right, the Lord has many titles. All right, but he has a name as well. Okay, so Jeremiah 10:2, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and the heathen are who? Those that are not Israelites. All right, those that are not so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans. Right. It says, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, and if you go on after that, 3 and 4, you're going to read something that sounds an awful lot like Christmas. All right, begin. Topic for another time. So, it's, you're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen. All right, you're not supposed to, and that's one of the reasons, the primary reasons we're in the situation that we're in now, is because Jake kept on going and following after heathen customs. All right. Look at Jake now. Homosexuality, that's a heathen custom. Bestiality, that's a heathen custom. Feminism, that's a heathen custom. Right? Eating pork, that's a heathen custom. Right? Eating crawfish and crawdads and frog legs, that's a heathen custom. Right? All those things are heathen customs. Worshipping Buddha, heathen custom. Worshipping Allah, heathen custom. Jesus Christ, that's a heathen custom. Right? And here it is, the Lord say, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. But what did you do? You went and learned the way of the heathen. You intermingled with them and commingled with them and worshiped their gods and hung out with them and did this and did that. What's this holiday? Saturnalia? I'll do it. Oh, what's this? This and that. Oh, this. And that's what you did, Jake. And now you're all fucked up and you don't know why. All right? You just can't fathom why you are and the way you are, man. And we can go over to Deuteronomy 28 real fast. Bear with me. All right. So, if we go down to verse 14 or 15, all right, it says, but it shall come to pass, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 15, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, all right, Yahweh, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And again, we don't have time because there are a lot, and we are under them. All right, we are under them. And why? Why are we under them? We could have had all these blessings, but no, we got all these curses. Okay? And because we weren't, doing the commandments that the Lord set up against us. And what was one of those commandments? All right. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's a command. Do not have other gods before me. Do not do it. All right, do not worship him. All right, all these scriptures we've gotten so far, right? Don't go and, bow down thyself to them and their idols. Don't do it. But you went and did it anyway, man. You went and did it anyway. Why? Because, hey, a rebellious people. Right? I got to read it from verse 8. It says, now go write it before them in a table, Isaiah 30 and 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. Let this be known, right? That's what's being said. Let this be known. Write this. Let it be known. Let what be known? Verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. I don't want to do it. Right? Sound like Doodle Bob. Head asses, man. That's what you do. Right? And then you wonder why you get fucked up. Here it is. You're not listening to any of the commands of the Lord. All right? You're not doing anything the Lord told you. The Lord told you to sit down, you stand up. All right? The Lord told you to go right, you went left. Lord said to open your eyes, you closed them. All right? Lord told you to listen, you ignored. All right? Lord told you to eat this, you ate something else. All right? Lord told you to go west, you went south. All right? That's how it is with Jake, man. Lord said, go out and buy a horse, you bought an ass. All right? You bought a donkey. It's ridiculous. Lord said, go and pet a dog, you pet a cat. I'm just making things up, but that's essentially that's what Jake has done, because the Lord had commandments, not any of the commandments. I was just naming things that, I was giving you an example. If the Lord told you to do something, you would do something different. All right. So if Lord went and said, hey, go find a very small stone, your ass will go and find a boulder. All right. So you would just, everything the Lord says, you just do the opposite of. All right. And it doesn't matter how big or small. And not that the Lord told, like, again, I was just using random examples of things, that the Lord could tell you to do, and you would go and do the opposite of it. All right. So, hey, man, that's the state of Jake, man. They constantly, do the opposite, man. Playing opposites. All right. Playing opposites all the time. The Lord said, worship me. You went and worshiped someone else. The Lord said, don't worship these holidays. I'm not with them. You went and did them. It's ridiculous, Jake. And the Lord said, don't do these things. I'm going to go over to Mecca. And now look, you're at dead. Done. Dead. Stupid, man. Stupid. Psalms 96 and 1, all the way down to verse 5, starting with verse 1. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name. Show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. And again, an idol is just something you make. Anybody can make one of those. All you need to make an idol is some clay, or some dirt, or hell, a piece of paper and a pencil, and write something on there, and now you worship it, and congratulations, bam, that's an idol. All right, hell, anything. You can turn anything to an idol if you start thinking it has some type of, religious significance. All right, if I think I'll be saved through this computer and I bow down to it 5 times a day, it has now become an idol. All right, if I take a phone and I think that phones were given to us on a divine level, because the secret of the universe and salvation lies in mobile technology, then now, guess what? Now that's an idol. Okay? But there's only one Lord. All right, there's many different idols that you can make. Hell, You know, all these different idols, and they can't do shit because they're who led you out of Egypt, Jake? Who? It wasn't any of these false god idol nations god. It wasn't none of them. It was the Lord. The Lord did it. All right. And I don't know if I have that one. The Lord led you out of Egypt. There you go. Exodus 20:2. I am the Lord your power who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. There you go. So, and continuing on, I actually think it gets, there it is, right there. Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Who led you out? Who led you out? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Who led you out of Egypt? It wasn't no Allah. Wasn't Buddha or White Jesus. White Jesus would have got a sunburn. Couldn't have been him. All right. So let's get Joshua 23:1-7. And then we only got one more after that, and we're going to close out. So this is Joshua 23:1 through verse 7. And it come to verse 1. And it came to pass a long time after that the Lord hath given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all Israel, and for the elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age. And ye have seen all that the Lord your power hath done unto all these nations because of you. For the Lord your power is he that hath fought for you. Allah didn't fight for you. Buddha didn't fight for you. Jesus Christ damn sure didn't fight for you because he's an Edomite. But the Lord, all right, Yahweh, fought for you. Look at all the biblical accounts of it. All right, still is fighting. All right, fought for you and is still fighting for you. All right, no one else fought for you. Says in verse 4, behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain, to be an inheritance for your tribes from Jordan, with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. Right? So these nations, you know, they're going to be an inheritance to you, right? In verse 5, and the Lord your power, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight, and ye shall possess their land, as the Lord your power hath promised unto you. So he took the lands, took the people, you know, and you know, drove, you know, it says drive them out from your sight. So a lot of those people were probably scattered out of the land. I'm sure they kept, you know, some for, you know, either concubines or, you know, whatever other purpose, right? It says, so and he got the land, right? In verse 6, it says, therefore be very courageous to keep and do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, those commandments, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left. It says that ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, so there are some among you still. It says, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them. All right, so, you know, they might have a heathen servant or a heathen concubine, all right, and they might be stuck up on that shit with worshiping, you know, some idol. But don't do it, all right? Don't learn their things. Those don't assimilate with them that remain among you, is what was being said, right? Don't learn their ways, all right? It says don't make mention of their gods, right? Don't do those things, all right? Don't do those things. But what'd you do? And went and did it anyway. So this is Jeremiah 25:1-7. Then we're going to close out. Verse 1 says, the word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah, Judah would be the so-called Negroes, in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, that was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, Salakia, that's not Nebuchadnezzar, it's Nebuchadrezzar, all right, Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon. It says, the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah, and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the 23rd year, which would be the 23rd, right? The 23rd year. The word of the Lord hath come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. Hearkened is an older term for the word listen. You did not listen. You didn't care, you know? Listen/care. You didn't hearken is a lack of listening because you lack care. You don't care, so you don't listen. You drown it out because you don't care, okay? So in verse 4 it says, and the Lord hath sent unto you all his servants the prophets. Jeremiah was one of them, right? And the Lord hath sent unto you all his prophets, all his servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear. Didn't want to hear it. It says, they said, who? The prophets. They said what? Turn ye again now every one from his evil way and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that the Lord hath given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever, which is Israel, which we had at one point before we were cast out of it, right? Verse 6, and go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. So don't do those things, and I won't hurt you. That's what the Lord said. Hey, don't do these things, and I won't hurt you. Verse 7, yet ye have not hearkened unto me, saith the Lord, that ye might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt. And this has been Jake from the get-go, man. Soon as Moses went up to speak with the Lord and get the tablets, he came down after, you know, however many days was how many days was Moses with the Lord? 40 days and 40 nights. I should have remembered that. So 40 days and 40 nights, right? And he came down, and then after that, what? Comes down and there's a fucking golden calf being erected out of all the jewelry of the Israelites. And Moses was pissed. And he broke the tablets. Slammed them on the ground because he was so pissed off, man. Had to go up and get another set because of Jake. You know how mad you have to be? You were up there for 40 days and 40 nights, and you get the tablet, you come down, you smash them. What the hell are you guys doing? You know, went up there, you know, man, I know Moses was pissed off. I know he was pissed off. I know the Lord was pissed off too, but I know Moses was pissed off as well. Think about that. You're up there for 40 days, 40 nights. You come down, you're getting all this instruction from the Lord of what to do, what not to do, and you go down and they're worshiping a fucking calf. Here it is that you told them about the Lord, and the Lord is the one that led them out of Israel, led them out of Egypt, and you know, kept them fed and kept them, you know, hydrated and gave them manna and all these different things. You come down there worshiping some fucking golden pillar of a calf. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And that's Jake just never learns, man. A stiff-necked and a stiff-necked, let's get that, stiff-necked people. Here it is. It's Deuteronomy 9:13. Then we're going to close out. It says, furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. What does stiff-necked mean, right? Stubborn, mulish. All right, another word would be dumbass. All right, a lot of the nation of Israel just a bunch of fucking dumbasses. They won't learn. All right, they'll burn their hand. I got burned. They'll put their hand. I got burned again. They'll put their hand. I keep getting burned. Well, guess what, Jake? You don't want to keep getting burned. Stop sticking your hand out in front of the goddamn burner in the flame, dummy. They don't learn. And Jake spiritually is spirit. A lot of spiritual Helen Kellers, man. Deaf, dumb, and blind. All right, that's Jake spiritually. Fucking gets fucked up because they did something that was against the Lord. Oh, I don't like it. Gets fucked. Does it again. Gets fucked up. Does it again. Gets fucked up. Does it again. Gets fucked up. Does not learn. Does not learn. You know, stop it. Don't do it. Smacks him on the head. Stop it. Don't do it. Smacks him again. Stop it. Don't do it. Smacks him again. After a while, you're gonna get the fuck out of here, man. Just fuck off. All right. And that person's just gonna get destroyed, like these people, man. Saved up their whole life to go fucking worship idols, man. And the Lord killed them their first day over there, it seems to be, right? Like the first, you know, within the first couple of days at least. And it's hilarious, you know, the way that the Lord works. He let them get up the mountain first. They had to go through the 2-hour walk and everything. Water, right? And then they get up there and the Lord said, all right, lights out. Made you go through all that work. You didn't even get to rest, just die before you did the walk. You had to do the walk. Go up there and burn and swelter and not have any water or food. Get over there. Allowed you to pray to that false god to further condemn yourselves, and then lights out, boom. And I don't imagine that being a very comfortable death. All right, sweltering and burning like that. I don't know. I've been out there before, back in the day when I used to ride a skateboard to work, and man, I'd come into work pouring with sweat, hot. All right, out here in Vegas, it's hot. Riding to work on a skateboard, 120 degree weather, for like a 15-minute skate, and you're doing all that work, and you're coming, get a fucking drink of water, and you just chug that shit instantly. All right, I want to being out there in Saudi Arabia in a goddamn desert, all right, with all that dirt and nope. They wasted their whole life for that, all right? They wasted their whole life for that. Damn shame, man. So that's been the lesson. They wasted their whole lives for this. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom on you, brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.